That's all. Thank you and coming. In this evening, I will attempt to teach you how to provide an estimate for the site work. The site work information can be found in your packet 03_civil. This is basically all the information you will need. The first sheet, C-01, is the existing conditions of the site. As you can see from these existing conditions, there is a handful of trees in the bottom right corner. So you need to include the eliminating of the trees. The rest of the existing conditions is basically cut and fill. You have to figure out the net cut and fill of the site. It is a little complicated, so we will not cover it in this section because it is not important for the turning in of the homework. This is basically all the important information from sheet C-01, so we'll move on to sheet C-02. This sheet here tells you about all the underground pipework that needs to be installed. So basically, at the top of the corner, you have your incoming water service. You can see that you have two services. One of them is used, this 8-inch is used for the fire system. The larger pipe is always used for a fire system, and the smaller pipe is what is used to distribute water throughout the building. This S here is the sanitary. This is where all the shit leaves the building and goes back to the city to be treated. This ST here is stormwater. So there is water that's collected on the roof of the jail cell, and then it is distributed to a couple of retention ponds on the site. An interesting fact about the stormwater piping is that it should never make a bend. This is why you will see only straight lines coming out of every stormwater manhole. The circle here is one manhole. Basically, you will count the amount of manholes and give it a price. You will count the length of the pipe. You can see here they actually give you the length of the pipe and the size of the pipe. So very simple, very easy number to figure out. This right here is an inlet. An inlet is how the water flows from the pipe and gets into the retention pond. Here is an inlet number 2 because there is a very small retention pond right in the middle of the site. And then we have a manhole here and a final manhole before we turn and have our final inlet to go into this retention pond in this corner. That is about the extent of the information you can gather from this page. They do have another fire hydrant that is situated outside. You can see here, 325 feet, 6 inches, PVC, a hydrant, and a box to turn the water on and off. Very simple, very cut and dry, very easy. Let's go to the next page. The next page is C-03. This is where you'll gather the bulk of the information for your site plan. You can see these trees that were added. These trees are not only existing conditions. You need to include the quantity of trees and a price for the tree. These here are little bushes. You need to do the same thing. This area here is all sidewalk. You must figure out the linear feet of a sidewalk and figure out the number for that. This here is a dumpster pen. This is basically a couple of posts with a fence and a gate. And that's where they keep the dumpsters for easy garbage pickup. This here is a curb. It's very hard to see. It's these 3 little lines that run here. That is basically a concrete portion of the parking area that is designed to stop water from flowing and also to provide bumpers for cars to not drive off. These over here are the details of how the curbs are prepared. You will just figure out a generic number for a linear feet of curb based off of who the fuck knows what. And then figure out how much linear feet of curb you have. This parking lot is asphalt. You can figure out the square footage of the asphalt to then put together a number. You can see that we also have painted parking stalls. These parking stalls, you can figure a number for each stall and then multiply by the amount of stalls. These very tiny symbols here that look like a sun rising over a horizon, those are little signs. You can put together a number for the signs and say how many signs you have. Over here are a couple little small pads for transformers that we talked about, but the electrician will handle those, so we will not include that in the site plan. And over here, we have some more sidewalks, and we have some more painting, and then we have all this area. This area is the cut and fill. When we do the cut and fill calculations, we will then figure out the amount of sod and or grass and or mulch required. We will not do that for this portion. It is more than what is required, more than what is necessary, so we will just leave that as B. You can see the trees are actually down here still on this one too. So we will not destroy the trees. Do not take the trees out of the plan. This one here is the final sheet. It has some overviews, it has some interesting information, but nothing really necessary for estimating purposes, considering the other sheets took care of mostly everything. So if you have any questions, feel free to visit me during my office hours or give me a call whenever you have any time. I appreciate you for watching this video. Thank you very much. Bye.